The women's basketball team plays at Nebraska on Wednesday at 7 p.m. before hosting Michigan State at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Sunday's game is the annual Think Pink game, with all tickets only $1 and UW students receiving free admission. Head coach Bobbie Kelsey is here. We'll have some opening comments, then take questions.
We obviously dropped our last two games, playing a tough Maryland team. I think they were ranked 5th in the country at the time. They're really tough. We came out really well, but being a juggernaut that they are in the Final Four type team, they kind of wore us down a little bit in certain areas as far as rebounding and some transition buckets. But part of the group, they kept playing. Same thing in our last game here against Minnesota. Obviously, the border battle, we wanted to get that, but was down and came back as well. So I'm proud of the fight. Badgers, we always fight to the end. We don't ever give up. I think we were down by 23 in that game and came back and got it to within 7 and then ended at 4. So, I like the fight. Some teams would turn, just pack it in and that's it, and the game's over. But our kids never did that. They kept executing. And we watched some tape to figure out, where the trouble spots were and trying to correct those things. We missed a lot of assist opportunities where we could pass the ball and get it to an open player. And some of those were open shots. We just didn't make them. So we're encouraging them to get in the gym, work on stuff, get your shots up, and not just be in there to be in there, but just get some production going on in there. And they'll see the results and the fruit of their labor if they do that. I know Nicole's done that, and you see what she can do. Shelly Marble hit some big shots for us. And so we had some bright spots in both of those games, so I'm proud of their efforts.
Can you talk about Sunday's Think Pink game? Last year had over 11,000 people, and just what it means to the team and the community?
Yeah, Think Pink is always a big initiative in women's basketball, February being the month. We're playing 31st, obviously, but that was the best game for us. Last year we did have a spectacular crowd for a great cause. Obviously, breast cancer in particular touches all of our lives, men and women. And so we want to do our part to make sure that we're supporting the KYAL Fund to eliminate breast cancer in any way we can. It's an important initiative and one we are proud to be a part of. So this year we expect a big crowd. I heard it's a lot of folks coming. I don't know if it's sold out yet, but come on, Badgers. We got to do this. I'm looking at you. Where are you? But we want to make sure that we come out and give a good showing in that game. We expect to win every game. And Michigan State's a tough opponent, but we played them 10 and we didn't have Tessa up there. So we're gonna come out and do what we're supposed to do, and we want our fans to be proud and come out and support us, and always giving that game a special attention just because of the cause.
You went small the other day and kind of referenced that that's a lineup you'd be looking at. Is that something you think you can do regularly? It kind of points to your center was the one who was pushed out. Is she going to get back in? How do you see that playing out?
The lineup, the one we had at the end that really played the last quarter, really showed a lot of fight in there and getting us back into the game. And we had a lot of shooters in. So that zone that they were in it got distorted in a lot of places. It looked almost like player defense. But I don't know if we can do it all the time, but there's certainly one that we know now can come in and do some different things in a bigger lineup, because some teams have these post players that can shoot threes. So if your post is kind of not used to being out on the perimeter, it hurts you. But then you want to bring their big out and make them guard you and go to the basket. So us getting to the free throw line, that's very important. And also shooting a really good percentage from the three, not just shooting them, but making them. I know Nicole was 7 for 8, so she, again, was right up there. So the one she missed, I said, Nicole, you got to make your shots. Come on, So we want to be greedy. And it was halfway in the basket and came out. So we really wanted to get the 9 so she can get the record again. But we need more than Nicole shooting the ball. We need everybody making them. And we had some open looks. We just didn't knock them down.
Along the same line, Nebraska has one of the best freshman in the country, and she's a big girl. What the challenges does she pose to you?
Yeah, with just her size, her ability, her skill. She's very skilled. She doesn't shoot threes as much as maybe a Hooper that was that size, Jordan Hooper a couple years ago. But she doesn't even know what she's doing yet, and she's killing people. She's making these baskets and getting all these rebounds. So the biggest thing, I think, you got to make her run. If you can get them running, and they like to run too, but your bigs got to run and get up and down the floor and make her maybe chase you down a little bit, and then you got double teamer, and hopefully others not hitting, because if you double teaming, that means you got a disadvantage somewhere else. So we just got to make sure we try to get the ball out of her hands and make her guard on the other end. Maybe get in foul trouble, but she's pretty smart, and she had a monster game this last game. So we're going to definitely make sure we don't let her do what she wants and be comfortable, but she is a tough cover because she is 6'5" and has guard skills.
How important is it for the younger players to watch somebody like Nicole, who isn't afraid to shoot and is pretty consistent doing that, just following her lead by example?
Yeah, I mean, Nicole doesn't say a whole lot, but she does lead by example. She's in the gym every day after practice, getting her shots up. And you just constantly reminding them, players like Shelly Marble or Kayla, the younger ones, get in the gym, and not just when we saying it to you. We can't threaten, negotiate, barter with you. You gotta want to do it. You gotta be passionate about it. And when you love the game, you don't have to be negotiated with to work hard. You're gonna do it. And so, but sometimes you do need to see that example of what it looks like. And Nicole's been showing that, obviously, the last 2 years, because she did not come in shooting like she is now. But if she's on the road, you cannot leave her. And but we need others to open it up as well. So now you can't leave 2 or 3 people as opposed to 1. But she does draw a lot of attention, and she's going to continue to do that in the guaranteed games that she has left, all the seniors. So.
You talked about running against Nebraska. Saturday's game against Minnesota was kind of a track meet. Is that something that you can see your team doing, especially with a smaller lineup out there?
Right. We should be able to. We have 2 3-point guards out there. Nicole can play point. Obviously, Shelly is a point, and Dakota. And Tessa's brought it down a time or two. So you don't have to outlet it. Just whoever gets the rebound, go. And that's nice. We did have Mick had a layup that she missed going down the middle. So if you can get everybody running, no matter who's at that post position, it draws in the guards, and you kick it out for the threes. And that's maybe why Nicole was a little bit open, because the posts were running hard, try to get down the floor. But you definitely want to, we don't want to walk it up and play slow ball. Nobody wants to see that. I don't even want to see that. So we're gonna push it, even to half court, just push it and put pressure on the defense to get back.
I'm not sure if you can comment on this, but can you just kind of explain the process of getting Ashley Kelsick to transfer here?
Well, with transfers, you don't know who wants. You can't talk to anyone until you get a release anyway. But you never know what kids are thinking, and we know the transfer situation in both men's and women's basketball is way more than we've ever seen it in my years of coaching. I've never seen as many, but in her situation, when we look at transfers, anybody that wants to join our program, we really try to do our homework and make sure that we're not bringing in somebody that's going to just be a cancer, because they're coming in not as freshmen. They're coming in as college, so their situation is a lot different. Academically, obviously, you have to be able to get into Wisconsin, and she has stellar grades in high school, all A's, and I don't think I saw a C on her transcript. And obviously, getting into a school like Boston College, she was capable. And the distance from home wasn't going to be an issue. She's from California, but she went all the way to Boston, so that wasn't going to be an issue. She's just a very mature person. I talked to her for about 4 hours on the phone. We didn't mean to, but it just kind of happened that way. But she just has a mind, a bigger picture understanding of what she wants to do with her personal life, her academics, her career after school, and her basketball. And she brings a different gear. She led the nation in scoring in high school, 40 points a game. I don't think I had 40 points in one game in high school, but I was close, but I didn't get it. But she just knows she has a knack for scoring. She's a point guard, so we need that. So it's kind of a blessing. It's kind of divine. She just dropped her in our lap, because she really pursued us. But she pursued Wisconsin because of the academics. That's exactly what she said. And she knows the program, the growth, and what we're trying to do. And she wasn't afraid to join this situation and people in her ear saying all kinds of things. That's what people do in recruiting. They kind of talk against you. I'm sure y'all know that. People talk against you and try to scare kids into not coming. But she's mature enough to see past that and really believe in what we see here. And so we're happy to have her. She's been a great addition in practice, and you'll see the impact she's going to make next year. Really good impact.